In this video, we're going to look at how I used my Erin Condren Planners functionally in the month of December. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kristen. I post functional planning videos on my channel 3 times a week. Please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. This looks like I have 3 planners, but really this is just some stickers, and I was going to show you that in a minute. But I have here my Erin Condren 7x9 Daily Duo, and I have my Erin Condren Horizontal Life Planner. It's a Franken-planned thing. I'm done with it now. I took the cover off and I'm going to take it apart, but I wanted to show it to you before I did that. So let's talk about this first. This is 6 months worth of horizontal planning pages that came from an 18-month planner. I had ordered it at the launch in April of 2022, and it had the last 6 months of 2022 in it, and then the whole year of 2023. I took it apart and took those 6 months out of the beginning of that book and coiled them onto a 6-month plum paper coil, and just kind of added my own stuff. Like, this was from a plum paper. This was just from an old planner. I put some dot grid stuff in there. And then I put this old mid-century circles vellum on here. And I want to keep this. When I take it apart, I'm going to keep obviously like things that are reusable, and then any of the empty notes pages that are in here. And I need to try to clean this vellum and see if I can save it. If not, I can still use it and like put something over it. But this was from the wet erase markers when the cover, so the cover you can write on it with a wet erase marker. Well, I used the Erin Condren wet erase markers on my cover, and it got on the vellum, which is sad because they don't make this planner anymore with the mid-century circles, which obviously is my favorite. So, okay, so I'm not going to do like a whole flip of the whole planner. We're just going to do December. So this was the monthly spread for December, and I just used just some markers and very minimal stickers. This wasn't the monthly spread I used on a regular basis, but I just wanted to have the basics in there. So if I was planning in this book without my other planner nearby, I would just kind of have that. So that helped me realize I actually really prefer like a more calm, less decorated monthly spread. I still like to decorate, but seeing all the white space just kind of helped me realize that this was more of the direction I wanted to go with my monthly planning. And that's important because for 2023, I'm only using a monthly planner for scheduling. So this kind of helped me realize that I could do that. I had started just kind of making a to-do list here, and then I realized I didn't want to write it more than once. This was just something I did for fun. This was a dot grid page I had coiled in, and then I had this old Christmas kit that I got from a planner Kate. What are those called? Misfit bags? Yeah, a misfit bag. It was just like a grab bag, and it was a misfit because it doesn't fit anymore, I guess. It was a very old format, and Erin Condren had changed how they sized some of the boxes, I think. And so it didn't fit, and so I just kind of played with what I could, basically. And I put, this was going to be like a weekend Christmas spread, just to kind of keep track of Christmas. I didn't use it because I don't need to do that. So I had set this up just randomly one day to play with these stickers, and I liked it, but I just didn't need to use it, you know? So I was gonna put some little memories here for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, just little things that needed to be done, more memories. Oh, I think I was gonna do pictures here, and then write down some memories here, and then just spaces for reminders and other checklist type things. And this was gonna be like the menu and anything I needed to buy from the grocery store, that kind of thing. Obviously, I didn't use it, so that's not something that I really need to do in my planning. I think I just prefer a piece of paper, and I don't I don't usually sit down with my planner on days like this. So that's, I mean, I didn't do it for Thanksgiving either, or Halloween for that matter. And those are really the only major holidays that we like do anything special for. So that was just, you know, a learning experience that's not really for me, as cute as it is. And as much as I would want to use these stickers, I have learned that like I love the washi. And so I really only need to like purchase a washi sheet if I really like the kit, like the artwork on the kit. It's really just the washi gives me as much as I need to like feel like I'm using a cute kit. So this was the first week in December, and I was using a sticker book and some just random stickers from like Michael's and Hobby Lobby. And then I also used some Erin Condren washi tape here. I think, I'm not sure if this is the one from, yes, so this is the one from one of the sticker books, I think, but I do have a roll of just this gold mid-century circles washi, and I don't know if I used it here. No, I don't think I've used it, but anyway, that doesn't matter. They do sell a roll of just the gold washi, which matches a lot of the gold foil stickers you get. So here I had just started doing just checklists in my week, and not trying to like overly decorate and overly use a bunch of stickers, so that I would have the space to write what I needed. And that worked for me. I mean, you can see I used this. That week I was checking things off, I was making notes, crossing things out. I mean, it's not pretty once I, you know, start using it. It's pretty before I start writing in it, and then it becomes functional. So it's fun to get the stickers on the page and to like kind of design and put things together and make it pretty. But then I shift into just straight function, and I don't mind if I have to cross things out or whatever, because I don't keep these. Once I uncoil this, these pages are going in the recycle bin. It doesn't matter to me. The fun for me is in the putting it together, and then I just use it. So that works for me, and I'm okay with that. So yeah, lots of crossouts, and I like seeing this. I like seeing that I used this that week. The next page, I remember I didn't have a lot of kits. Okay, so in December I wasn't buying stickers. That's what it was. I had just finished using up like almost all of the kits I had like accumulated over the year, and I was like, okay, I'm done buying stickers, it's fine, and I will use what I have to kind of make my own Christmas feel. And that was nice too, just because, you know, Christmas can be a high expense time in any household, so it was nice that I didn't put a lot of money into buying a bunch of stickers. So I had just used washi here, and I did have a sticker book that had some of these same colors in it, and so that's kind of where I was drawing my inspiration from. I was trying to go with like a kind of a Christmassy color with like the pink and the green, kind of felt Christmassy, but then now looking back at it, it doesn't look Christmassy at all. It looks very springtime-ish with the flowers and these shades of color. That's okay. It didn't need to be Christmassy just because it's in December, but that is what I was going for. So you can see here, I did start using it that week. And then I kind of, so like this half of the week, I used it a little bit. I did get sick this week and didn't do anything. And so I made sure to write that there, so I think so I wouldn't like feel bad that I didn't use the planner. But we did do some things, and I just never did end up crossing things off at the end of the week. That was something I've noticed more and more as I used this planner, or as I flipped through the planner in previous months, that I wasn't really using it after decorating it. And that's also what helped me decide I only wanted to use a monthly planner going forward. Because the only things I would use this for was lists, and then sometimes I wouldn't even go back and check off these things because I had them in another planner, or I had them in my Google task list or whatever. So this was helpful. As much as I didn't use it, it did end up being helpful. This was another no kit week. I used the Erin Condren Harmony Colorful sticker book here, and I really liked this. I liked the colors. I did end up using a blue pen this week, which I think changes the feel of this completely. It doesn't look as like nice, I guess, as if I would have used all black. It does match, but it just doesn't. It helped me realize I think I only want to use black pen, but we'll talk about that with the in the next planner we look at. So here I set up all the stickers, and then I ended up writing in dinners this week because I decided to do a pantry challenge. If you've watched any of my other videos, you might notice I don't write dinners in anymore. And I also have a menu planning playlist where I talk about how I do my menu planning, and I do that all in Google. And so I don't need to write it in here. But this week, I had everything already planned out in Google, but I decided not to go grocery shopping. Because we had a ton of food and in like the freezer in the pantry, and I thought this is perfect, a perfect week, because normally I do groceries on Monday, but I ended up working on Monday. I'm a substitute teacher, and so since I worked that day, I didn't get groceries, and I could have just gone the next day, but I had other plans the next day, and basically I just decided I'm just going to use up my freezer and pantry stock. That's what it's for, and it worked out perfectly for this. And so I did end up writing in some meals here based on what we had in the freezer. So I don't know, I think I just rambled all about that, but basically that's why the meals are written in here and they're not written in on previous weeks. And yeah, I didn't check anything off, but I did these things. I just checked them off elsewhere. So again, it was just more fun to put the stickers down, but not actually using like the checklists at all. Like I didn't check any of these things off. I checked off chili. Oh, see, this was the dinner plans I normally do. So I normally would just kind of write a small list of some of the things I can make once I go to the grocery store. But since I didn't go to the grocery store, I didn't have the stuff to make these. And so I noted that I needed to look at the actual day to see what dinner was. Anyway, this was Christmas week, and this was also didn't have a kit to use this week, and I used some stickers from a Michaels sticker book. Didn't use it at all, not even one check mark. I did a plan with me for this, and so you can see on that how I had planned to use it, I guess, and I didn't use it. Not even once. I didn't come back and check it. And I can tell you it's because we were off school that week. My son had tennis camp. My husband was in town. It was Christmas week. We were getting ready for that. It was just nothing. I didn't need to use my planner. And I still had my daily duo if I needed to jot down any daily things. And that's just what I was using. And that really solidified for me that even when I'm like busy doing things, I'm not looking at this planner. And that's okay. That's part of using the planner and figuring out what works for your life at that point. And so, yeah, I'm glad I tried this. I am using the horizontal planner going forward as a journal because I do have all of 2023 from when I purchased this book before I Franken-planned it. And I am in the first week of that, and I'm liking it so far. I think I will continue it. I do love writing on this Erin Condren paper, and so that's nice. This is just the end of it. There's a bunch of blank notes pages back here that I'll take out, and I'll take out this folder and this clear thing and the vellum, and just, I don't know, I'll look through it and see if there's anything I want to keep, and then I'll stick it in my stash and recycle the rest. Okay, let's move on to the Daily Duo. So this is the Color Blends Daily Duo, the last half of 2022. Let's flip to December and see how I used this. So I did a monthly reflection back here, And then this was how I used my monthly spread. So if you remember on here, I did do it pretty minimally, and then I did the same thing here, but just using the Erin Condren monthly sticker book as inspiration. And then this was that gold mid-century circles washi tape that matched pretty well. And so the color for December is this lime green color. So I used a lot of the lime green stickers from my reusable sticker album and my washi tape. And then I just added a couple of little things from the Erin Condren book, and I used it. I checked off things, the bills when they got paid, and I wrote in it, and yeah, it worked. It's nice and clean. I liked it that way. So this is how I use my dashboard pages. I think I've been doing this in this way since about July of this year, July or August maybe, and it has evolved slightly, but this is really working for me. This is one of the questions I see asked almost daily in any kind of Erin Condren Facebook groups, how to use these pages. I think for me, the biggest advice I have for that is to just keep it simple. Like, don't overcomplicate it. There are boxes to divide up your thoughts and kind of categorize your lists, and just use them that way. Like, I don't think you need to have some, clever use for exactly every little square inch of this. Just use it to compartmentalize and to help you focus on specific goals or specific areas of your life. For me, I always put anything dated, like a birthday or an event, usually goes here because this is where the dates are. I don't typically list birthdays or anything like that here, but you could totally do that if you have a lot of birthdays to keep track of, like if you have a large family or a large friend group or whatever. I don't. We typically will have like 2, maybe a month, 2 or 3, and that's easy to keep on here. And I usually put those in the sidebar. So I have here my to-do list. This is like my main to-do list for the month, and I just add to it as the month goes on, and then I come back and scratch things out or check things off, and I don't worry about what kind of pen I'm using, and I like that. I like not having to be so fussy about it, and then that just helps me just use it without having to worry about what it looks like. Like I said before, the fun was in the decorating, and then once the decorating is over, switch to straight functional and just use the thing instead of worrying about, how perfect it looks. That's just not me. I don't know. So I have my main to-do list, and then since this was December, we had Christmas, so I went ahead and separated out Christmas. In November, we had a trip we went on, and so I separated out that trip, specific things for that trip, and I don't know if I did anything like that. I was separating out like specific to-dos, like to buy, to go, and to call. I realized after November, I don't really need to do that. That stuff I can just keep in the main to-do list. And so I stopped doing to buy, to go, and to call, and I just have a straight to-do list. And then I separated out Christmas specific things just because I had the stickers to do it. And I don't know that I needed to do that, but I did it and whatever. This, I typically always use this box for anything school related and work related if I have anything to note, but just specific things that I need to make sure I'm remembering for my son's school. Here is, I'm using these for like check boxes for things that are related to my goals. This is just a spot to write down any kind of notes. And then this was, I was using it for social media, and I'm not doing that going forward, only because I have a separate spot where I'm dealing with social media stuff. Going forward, I'm just kind of writing a quote there, or just using it. I'll just use it however I need to use it that month. If I need to keep track of something specific or have a special event or something, I'll use it for that, and then maybe I'll use the notes this little notes box for a quote if I want a quote. I just put a quote there because I had a space for it. It's not something I need to have. Okay, let's look at the days. So all of my days look the same. They're all like this. I don't decorate. You can see them all. I don't decorate my daily duo. It's just too much to every morning have to get out a bunch of stickers. And I also don't like to pre-plan in my daily duo that much. This is all this is. It's literally just writing to-do list. If there's anything I need to time block, I will. If I don't, I will just use this side as a list. So here, I split my Saturday page into a Saturday here and a Sunday here. I normally will, like, if I'm gonna get decoratey, I will do it like in this way. Like I will create a weekend page out of the Saturday page, and I might use some stickers here because I'm usually doing that a little bit in advance, and I will spend the time on it. And then I will make like a week at a glance on the Sunday page, and then I still have the notes page to use however I want. So, but I didn't do that at all in December. I just used it. I didn't make anything. I just wrote in it, and I used an Erin Condren dual tip, dual ink marker for the whole month. This was where it has this fine tip marker on one end, and then it has this matching highlighter on the other, and they work together really nicely, and it matched for December, so I used it for the whole month of December in here. And I liked it, but then I got sick of it. So towards the end of the month, I was just kind of over it, and it wasn't because of how it looked, it was because I feel like it was starting to get like dry feeling. I don't know how to explain it, and you could probably see here how like juicy it looked up here, like where it says YouTube stuff or in my to-do list. But then towards the end of the month, you can see how it's kind of like running out. The pen itself wasn't running out, so I don't really know why it was like that. But I don't know, maybe it was. Maybe it can only last a month. I have no idea. I still really like the pens. I would buy them again for sure. They're on my favorites list, but it did kind of get old. I think this tells me that I should probably switch it up and not just use it for the whole month, so that I don't get sick of it. You see here I have this line down the side. That's just the time when my son is at school, and I don't really need to keep track of that. It just kind of helps me visually see like how long I have to get things done without needing to, because as soon as he gets home, actually before he gets home, I start cooking dinner, we eat, we clean up, we get ready to go to tennis. Like we have activities after school every day, and so there's not a lot of time once he gets home to like get like random little things done. So I do like to kind of have that like mapped out, I guess you could say. So let's just do a quick flip. It's just to-do lists, and that's what I figured out my planning is like. I just need to-do lists. I don't really need scheduling. If I do need scheduling, it's like one appointment every couple of weeks, and it's not, I don't need like a full time block. Really, I'm just not using it in that way, and that's what helped me realize again that I want to just use a monthly planner going forward. This is a sticky note that I designed and printed myself on just a white Post-it note, and that's just how I keep track of the videos I want to make and like what step I'm at in the video, or in the video making process. So you see lots of lists, mostly lists, not as much scheduling. And then this week I actually used it as a Saturday and a separate Sunday page, because we did have an event on Saturday and some errands and stuff. And then I had a bunch of to-dos on Sunday, so I did it that way. And then I still didn't ever use that notes page. As much as we love that notes page, I tend to not use it, actually. But that's why in the monthly planner we have 10 notes pages, and I am using those. So it is working out. So lots of lists, as usual. Lists, lists, lists. Here I had put a bunch of stickies and then didn't even use my planner that weekend at all. Got back to it on Monday. I made a bunch of lists and then never went back and checked things off, but like I did these things. So I would make the list in the morning and then not actually go back and use it. And this was Christmas Day. I mean, I wasn't gonna plan anything. Okay, here were some blank pages, and I kind of found some things I wanted to write down, some notes, and just kind of see. And I was like, oh, I'll just use the blank pages in my daily duo, because why waste a notebook page when I could just use this? It wasn't anything special. It was just some things I wanted to write down, just to kind of like help me think through them. And then here I was writing out, I was thinking I wanted to try to figure out the books I wanted to read for the whole year. I want to try to do like a fiction book every month and a nonfiction, like self-improvement type book every month. And then I read the Daily Stoic in the morning, every morning. And then I'm trying to read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And that's like something that I'm just reading very slowly. But then as I was thinking about it, you see I kind of gave up on that I don't want to do that. I don't want to like plan it out. I want to just kind of be able to come across a book that I think looks interesting and then just read it next, you know? I don't want to schedule out books for the whole year. So I gave up on that. Anyway, just more lists. And that was the last day of the year. And look at that. I remember feeling super productive that day and just like crossing things off. Like you see how I had to continue the list down past the end of the list space, and I was doing tons of stuff and I was happy with that. And then we're at the end of the book. And so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna uncoil this as well. I'm gonna take these stickers out and this folder out and the vellum. This is where those stickers will go that were in the Daily Duo. When I uncoil them, I'm going to redo this. This is from an old large Erin Condren monthly planner and teacher planner. So I had a few. They're 8.5 by 11. They're really big. And I took the folder from that, and then the Erin Condren teacher planner actually comes with one of these clear things. And I just coiled all the stickers for those together, and all the stickers from my old books that were coiled in. I put them all in here so that I could kind of flip through them easily. I don't know that I tend to not look at this, and so I'm kind of trying to decide if when I take this apart and consider adding those stickers, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I need to figure out a way to use these. I might really, in actuality, just see if I can't fit these in my mini binder and punch holes. I don't know. We'll see. That's just a project for another day. But this is how, when I uncoil my books, what I do with the stickers. These are from like monthly planners or notebooks or whatever. And they're all just in here. And then this was a pen test I did on all my Erin Condren markers and pens to try to match them up to the months. And then just another pen test for different markers so that I could kind of swatch the colors. This is where I keep stickers that I haven't coiled onto this coil yet. And and then I just keep my other large covers there. If I ever do buy another large planner, then I have some extra covers. So that is how I used all of my Erin Condren planners Functionally, in the month of December, if you've watched these videos in the past, you may notice one missing. I no longer am using the Family Organizer book, and that's okay. It's on my shelf. I might use it or repurpose it in the future. I might not, I don't know. But I have gotten my planner stack down to one planner for scheduling, and that is working. I mean, we're only in the first week of January, so I can't really make any definitive statements, but so far so good. And I am happy with it. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing. I post functional planning videos on my channel 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'd love it if you could join the fam. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.